my yoga friends, welcome to Got Yoga. I'm Chris Gott, and today we are doing yoga for your hips. So this is a 20-minute practice that is going to create some nice open spaciousness in your hips. I hope you enjoy. Before we jump in, check me out on Instagram at Yogi Van Ween. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel so you can get future videos that I post weekly. All right, let's get on our mats. You're going to need a yoga block. If you do not have a yoga block, possibly a thick book, something in lieu of a yoga block. We're gonna start laying on our backs. So come lay down on your mat. Join the palms of your feet, the bottoms of your feet together, and draw your heels close to your groin. The knees fall to the sides slowly. And if you're feeling any discomfort with your legs open like this, you can bring your hands close to your outer hips, underneath your thighs, for a little more support. You can also have one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Close your eyes. Just start to notice your breath. Let's take this time here in the beginning to really become present on our mats. Lengthening your breath. Letting your hands fill up with air on every inhale. And feeling the belly fall towards the spine on every exhale. And then go ahead and slowly blink open your eyes. From here, inhale, reach your arms behind you so the arms are straight. And then exhale, reach forward, lift your head and shoulders off the ground. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, reach back, thumb tips touch. Exhale, head lifts. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, navel draws towards the spine. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, shoulders lift. Inhale, reach back. This time, lift your feet into the air. Press the palms of your feet together and exhale, reach forward. Same way. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, abdomen hugs towards the spine. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, pressing into the feet. Inhale, arms back. Exhale, reach. Two more. Inhale. Exhale, lift that head. Inhale. And exhale. Woo, hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice hug for a second. And then go ahead and find your way into a tabletop position. So maybe you rock yourself up, maybe you roll over to one side, finding your way onto your hands and your knees. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Hands shoulder distance, knees hip distance. If your wrists start to hurt, you can always turn your fingers out towards the sides of your mat, or you can come down onto your forearms. We're going to start by reaching the right heel back and then pointing the toe. From here, notice what your hip points are doing. Those little bony bits on the front side of your body. Don't open up. Square your hip points down towards the mat. Little flashlights beaming down towards the mat. Press into your hands. And see if you can lengthen the back of your skull up towards the ceiling. Now notice if you're taking it all into the low back. Hollow out that belly, drawing the navel towards the spine, softening the ribs. And then see if you can reach your heel up a little higher. Again, squaring the hips, hollowing out the belly, pressing into the hands, back of the skull going up towards the ceiling, reaching that heel a little higher, and then lowering that leg down. Let's do the other side, the left side. So reach the left heel back. You can point the toe, you can flex the toe, whatever you want. And then notice what the hips are doing. Square the hips down towards the mat. Press into the hands. Lengthen the back of the skull up towards the ceiling. Draw the navel in. And then lift your heel a little higher. Round out that belly. Square those hips. And lift that heel up. Hold here for 3, 2, pressing into the hands. 1, lower that knee down. Woo. Just take a nice deep inhale and a long exhale. And then lift that right leg up into the air again and come into a fire hydrant pose, like you're peeing on a fire hydrant. So bend your right knee, your legs in a little 90-degree angle here. From here, start to make big circles with your right knee. Every time, doesn't matter how fast or slow you go, every time getting your knee up a little higher. 3, 2, 1. Then point your toe out to the side of the room. Draw the heel back in. Lower the knee down. On to the left side, fire hydrant with that left knee. Peeing on a fire hydrant. Pressing into the hands. And then making big circles with that left knee. Every time lifting the knee up a little higher, keeping that integrity in the neck by lengthening the back of the skull up towards the ceiling. 3, 2, 1. Pointing the toe here out to the side of the room, drawing the heel back in, lowering that knee back down. Go ahead and walk your hands forward, tuck your toes, and find your way into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Hips lifted high, pressing into that index finger and knuckle and thumb knuckle, firming the forearms together, bringing the weight into the heels, really bending those knees if you can't find, if this is happening. So creating length in the spine with the torso spilling over the hips. Take a deep inhale here. And a long exhale to let it all out. Bend your knees. Inhale. Gaze forward. Step or jump to your hands as you exhale. Folding forward at the top of your mat. Inhale, rooting through your feet, little bend in the knees. Come all the way up to stand. Ignore the fact that you can't see the top of me. And exhale to join your palms together at heart center. Inhale, feet at the top of the mat. Reach the arms up. Gaze up maybe. Exhale, fold forward into an Uttanasana with the torso draping over the legs. Inhale, rise halfway up to a flat back. And then exhale, fold forward again. Inhale, rooting through the feet. Rise all the way up, come up to stand. Fingertips touch. Exhale, join the palms at heart center. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Maybe the fingertips touch. Exhale, long spine as you fold forward, pressing into that big toe. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders draw back. Exhale, plant your palms and shoot your right leg back. Drop your back knee, untuck your toe, and inhale as you rise up into a low lunge, Anjaneyasana. So you don't need to be walking a tightrope here. You can always widen your stance if you are feeling unstable, widening the knee and the foot. From here, engage your outer hips. So scrape your front heel towards you, press into the top of the shin and the top of the foot and the back leg. So the inner thighs are squeezing together, lengthening up through the sides of the body. Have your hands on the top of your thigh here. And then maybe you sink your hips. Drawing the heart forward, pressing into the hands on the top of the thigh for 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Press back into downward facing dog, or you can always go through vinyasa if you'd like, meeting us back in down dog. Lift the right leg up this time into the air. And exhale, draw your knee towards your chest. Bring your right foot close to your hands. Now we're in Anjaneyasana on the other side. So lift yourself up on an inhale. I'm gonna rotate so you can see me. Squeezing the inner thighs together, turning on those outer hips, lengthening up through the sides of the body, and then sinking your hips. Press into your hands on the top of your thigh. Broad chest, heart forward for 3. You got your knee stacked over your ankle. 2, 1. And then go ahead and plant your palms. Again, vinyasa, or meet us back in downward facing dog. Take a breath here, lifting the hips high, firming the forearms together. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, step or jump to your hands. Inhale, rises you up as you come to stand. And exhale, folds you forward again into Uttanasana. Draping the torso over the legs. Hang out here for a second. Just relax your face. Tiny little bend in the knees so you really get those hamstrings working. On your next inhale, rise halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, shoot that right leg back again. Drop your back knee, untuck your toe, and inhale, come up into Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Grab your block. From here, you're going to wiggle your left foot towards the left side of your mat. So over here. I want you to inhale, draw your shoulders back, broaden your chest, and exhale, come down onto your forearms on your block for lizard lunge. If you're feeling super restricted in your hips, maybe you just stay up here. Just relax your head, relax your face. If you're down on your forearms, wherever you are, hug your left front knee towards the midline. So if there's an imaginary line running down the middle of your mat, you'd want to be hugging that front knee towards that imaginary line. Pressing into the shin on the back leg, relaxing the brow, taking one more conscious breath here. And then inhale, rising back up onto your fingertips. From here, wiggle your front foot to the opposite side of your mat, to the right side of your mat. And then flex your foot and lower your knee down towards the floor. Coming into pigeon pose. First, we're going to try to stay up here in an active pigeon. So if you're feeling discomfort in your knee, draw your heel closer to your groin. Press into your front foot, press into your front shin, and see if you can take your hands off the ground and stay up here high without your hands. If all this is just like, oh my gosh, way too much, bring a block underneath that front thigh. That might help a little bit. We're gonna inhale, reach forward, lean the body forward. Exhale, reach our hands back. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, heart open, hands back. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, heart back. One more. Inhale, arms in line with ears. Exhale, arms extend. Plant the hands down in front of you again. Take a look at your back leg. Is your foot and your knee all in the straight line with your hip? From here, you can either leave your foot, your shin parallel with the front of your mat, foot flexed, if you have lots of range of motion there, or if you're like me, drawing the heel close to the groin, pointing the toes, and lowering down. Just make sure that your left knee, that front bent leg, is wider than your left hip, and lower down. You can stay on the forearms, you can reach the hands all the way forward and rest the forehead on the ground. Whatever you do, connect back to that steady breath. Noticing how this side feels. Relaxing the face. 3, 2, 1. Slowly coming back up onto the fingertips. Plant the hands gently, slowly tuck that back toe. Oh, lift that front knee off the ground and step back into downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right leg up into the air. Exhale, draw your right knee close to your hands, planting that foot. Just getting that foot up towards the front of your mat, however you can. Starting in Anjaneyasana, and then we're gonna wiggle our right foot to the right, towards the right side of our mat. So your hands come to the inside of your foot. Grabbing the block, we're gonna inhale, draw our shoulders back, lengthen our spine, and exhale, come back with the forearms down on the block, or just exhale, relaxing your head. Wherever you are at, taking a nice deep breath, hugging that right knee towards the midline, pressing into the floor with the part of the leg that's touching the floor on your back left leg. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, coming back up onto your fingertips, and exhale, wiggling that foot, front foot, over to the left side of your mat. Flexing the foot, slowly lowering the right knee down, pressing into that front shin and that front foot, pressing that into the earth. So you can see if you can stay up high here for an active pigeon. If you are like, lady, you're crazy, grab a block, grab anything that you can place underneath that front thigh towards the groin area to help you stay lifted. That's Coco. We're gonna inhale, reach our arms forward, lean our chest forward, exhale, chest broad, arms extend. Inhale, arms in line with ears, exhale, reach the hands back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, arms in line with the ears. Exhale, heart open. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, arms extend. Inhale. And exhale. One more, inhale. Exhale. Plant your palms. Check out that back leg, make sure that foot's in line with your hip. Your right front knee is wider than your right hip. Slowly, either pointing the toe, drawing the heel close to the groin, starting to square that left hip down towards the front of your mat, or foot flexed, shin a little more parallel with the front of your mat here. We're lowering down, finding a place to let our head and neck relax. Noticing how this side feels. Breathing into any discomfort. Relax the brow. 3, 2, 1. Slowly coming back up onto the fingertips, planting the palms, tucking that back toe. Oh, slowly drawing your right foot to meet your back foot, pressing into the palms, coming into downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and lower your knees down. Swing your feet to one side and find your way onto your sit bones. From here, find your way onto your back. So hug the knees into the chest. Maybe give a little circle with the knees, giving the lower back a massage. Planting the feet down, cross your left ankle over the top of your right knee with the foot flexed for reclined pigeon. So draw your right knee into your chest. Bring your left hand through the little triangle you've made here with your legs and interlock your fingers over the top of your knee. If you can't get your hands over the top of your knee, you can grab behind the calf, hugging the right knee towards the chest. 3, 2, 1. Plant your right foot down and slowly draw your right knee over towards the right side of your mat so that your left foot plants down. From here, just draw your left knee away from you. Again, towards the front of your mat. You should feel a nice stretch there in your left thigh. Lift the right knee back up and go ahead and plant the left foot down on the floor. Flex your right foot, bring your right ankle on top of your left thigh. Draw your left knee towards your chest. Bring your right hand through that little hole you've made with your legs, interlocking the finger over the top of the knee or behind the back of the thigh. The head is relaxed, finding a nice normal breath. 3, 2, 1. Planting the left foot down. This time drawing the knee over to the left and planting the right foot down. From here, drawing the right knee away. Lifting the left knee back up, uncrossing the legs and hugging the knees into the chest. Hug yourself up into a ball as you exhale, so draw your head towards your knees. Exhale out all the air. Inhale, lower your head back down, plant your feet down. Exhale, hug up into a ball one more time. Hugging everything in towards your belly. And go ahead, lower your feet down. You can do another supine twist here if you'd like. Finish off with Shavasana. This is where I leave you all tonight. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.